More croquet from the desert, tucked between the Salton Sea and Los Angeles, in the shadow of the San Jacinto Mountains, we find Palm Springs, Rancho Mirage, and the Mission Hills Country Club, the epicenter of croquet in the western United States. You can see the two-lawn complex, 4 courts each, right and left, surrounded by tennis courts, and a more intimate view from Brian Hovis's drone shows you the main permanent croquet complex at Mission Hills. This is the United States Croquet Association National Championships, December 2022. We're playing U.S. Rules Croquet, obviously at the Mission Hills Country Club in Rancho Mirage, California. Your on-site tournament director is Rich Curtis. I think Jeff Sue may have set up the player pairings before he went off to play in the McRob in Australia. When they want to play a bigger tournament, they convert those grass courts in that unmarked patch up there for an additional 4 so they can host the McRob, the Solomon Cup, and national championships. I'm giving Nick Gray the tournament manager title because he and Donna Dixon were very helpful in finding accommodations for Brian Hovis, your videographer, who's also responsible for the drone footage. We are now the official YouTube channel of the United States Croquet Association, which is putting on this event. Anything you want to know about croquet, you can get from the USCA. So check it out, sign up, think about joining this wonderful community. I'm also very grateful for additional sponsorship from Chris Barley and Stuart Price that let us do things like fly Brian Hovis to Mission Hills and get additional games. This is what it looks like courtside, and the scenery can take the sting out of losing to a certain extent. The format for the championship knockout is double elimination. This is the final of one of the first life brackets. The winner goes into the overall semifinal, and the loser goes into a second life bracket. And of course, the details of all the brackets can be found on croquetscores.com, which is run by Tim Murphy in England. He appreciates donations for the work that is really crucial to keeping the croquet community informed. And the recent addition of American six-wicket croquet to that platform has been immensely useful to me. Doug Grimsley at minus 3.0 leads off with blue. He's been a powerful presence in croquet for over 20 years. He's won 5 AC doubles championships, 3 U.S. rules championships, and he's been the singles U.S. rules champion one time. I think he's played on several international teams, and he went on to win the U.S. Open, which he helps Rory Kelly run, and was held here at Mission Hills the following week, I believe. Stuart Lawrence at minus 3 with red and yellow. He's been playing for a long time out of New York and now Massachusetts as well. Been a little more focused on AC over the last 15 years, and he's represented the U.S. on the Carter Cup, Solomon Cup, and McRobertson Shield teams. In a lot of tournaments, Doug delights in making colorful comments to the camera, making my editing job more challenging. But He's getting into rarefied air in this tournament, so he left us alone today. Looks as though blue passed. Stuart leaves yellow there. This could go on for a long time. He wants to get on with it. At this level, it's not a hoop or two, but breaks that win games. They're not about to give the other guy a chance. The opponent lays a rush to your balls, you get out of dodge. That's just double banking interference. That black ball goes where Doug thought it would have ended up.
It's going to go a couple feet to the side of blue at the curve.
Do you want it back?
Huh?
Do you want it back?
No. Take it.
Put it where you think it was going. If you want
So red now has a rush on yellow in the corner one. And based on what I just said, it's time for blue to separate. Which is what he started to do. But then if he keeps doing this, he's going to get attacked either in corner one or corner three. And corner one's farther from hoop two than corner three is. So he decided to see what Stuart's got. Since yellow ended up a little short, this is the most important shot of this attack. Very nicely done.
Oh, come on, Shane.
He'll hit first the ball he wants to leave behind, and since he's sending a lead for his partner, it's the spent ball that he wants to leave behind. This is a textbook rush to the attack until right there. He really wanted to rush on black to hoop two. But he can still get rid of black and set up in front of hoop two.
So you hit red out, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're positioning a ball that's 3-ball dead in front of its hoop so it maybe can be peeled, you put it off center from the hoop so that if you're lucky, the partner can, in croqueting it, can knock it into peeling position. I don't know if that's what he was doing, but it's something to think about. Sensing what could be a game-winning break with a good lead, Doug decides to give it a whack. And here I thought Stuart might pick up black because he's going to be playing with a danger ball in blue. But I guess he thought the rush he had on blue was valuable enough not to pass up. Needed to be a little bit closer to red to think about a controlled rush into peeling position. If he tries that here, hitting it very gently, it could roll off and miss entirely. Perfect choice of approach shots, just a little too much oomph on the stop shot. When you go 3-ball dead to set your partner a break, your partner better perform.
Y'all have dead this year?
Sure does. I so.
No, wrong board. This one. And I don't have any deads. It's left over from last game.
This shot is 5/8 of an inch shy of 20 feet. You only do it in American rules with the ball that's 3-ball dead, but it's a perfectly reasonable thing to try. And that measurement is from the front of the ball. So Doug is for 2, and he has a 3-ball dead Pioneer at 3. He's pretty pleased with his choice to stay in corner one and basically invite Stuart to attack.
Like Mark Randy.
Okay.
Keep an eye on how Doug manages those pioneers. When I started playing in 2012, I asked Rick Sheely what he prioritizes on a croquet shot, the striker ball or the pioneer, and he said both. I think Doug feels the same way. Of course, you tell beginners to set up the croquet stroke and then forget about the object ball and the would-be pioneer and prioritize the striker ball, because the object ball you have plenty of time to adjust for. The striker ball, what you get is what you get. Since the red ball is on the south boundary up there directly opposite two back, I think he'll probably pick it up after he makes two back. Were it over in the corner or somewhere on the west boundary, he might get a good two back pioneer and try to get a rush out of one back to pick up red before two back. See what I mean about the pioneers? Inside the box, a couple yards on the diagonal. He's working on the leave now. Black is for hoop 2 and will need the yellow ball. But he needs to pick up red, the danger ball, to have enough strokes to get it all done. You can see that if yellow were in the position where he usually puts it, this would not be a problem. Certainly better that than bouncing off the stanchion and leaving blue out there. Because black is 42 feet from yellow, Stuart feels safe to clear yellow and then set up red to get clean in hoop 2. Because 2 is black's hoop as well. The absolutely safe thing to do would have been to clear red, put it in corner 2, and have yellow come to it. But Stuart may feel that he's far enough behind, he needs to start digging out of this hole now instead of later.
Yellow.
Knowing full well that Doug could just throw dirt on him. Does he run a 3-ball and pick up blue after 4, or pick up blue now and run a 4-ball break? Either way, he's going to have to do a hold and roll to get it started. Pretty good testament to the surgeon who did his rotator cuff surgery. The kind of control over pioneers that Doug is exhibiting is required of anyone trying to do sextuple peels. The record shows that he's never done one in competition. He's only had one done against him, but not in the Open in London where he plays all the time, but by Matthew Essick in the Mountain Shootout. He's set up for the early two-back pioneer after 5. It's a staple in AC play because of parity, and in both games, it's easier to get a good two-back pioneer if you do it from up close like that than after you turn the corner at hoop 6. He did not have to do that. The standard play would have been to just gently roquet yellow, stop shot it out to pivot position, and make one back off red. And I only figured this out, at least I think I figured it out, because I watch these videos once or twice doing the editing before I start the commentary. Blue is for 3 back, but it's partner dead. And that will compromise the lead. So he's going to rush blue back down to 1 back and then send blue to 3 back after 1 back so that he can peel it when he gets there. That cleans it and makes the leave a lot more straightforward. And for those just beginning to wrap their heads around this stuff, he has to send blue to 3 back before he makes 2 back, so that he'll be clean on it when he gets there and he can roquet it to peel it. And of course he needs 2 balls at 3 back. The one he wants to peel and an escape ball.
Clearing red.
Stuart cleared red because Doug just made 1 back. The convention is to make sure the opponent knows you did that, but Doug knows he did it, and he'll probably tell him later anyway.
I got markers. You mark one hand.
way, Doug.
This is a straight peel, meaning both balls are for the same hoop. And in AC, he would just peel blue and make the hoop now, either with a standard stop shot peel or a Irish peel. And if the peelie sticks in AC, then you just do a drag roll and knock it through and keep on going. But in American rules, you can't do that because you're dead on it. So he's putting blue to the side so that he can make the hoop and then gently rotate blue into peeling position for a posthumous peel. This is very unusual. In AC, you try never to do this, but in American rules, it may be more useful. Now, if the peelie sticks, it's not a problem. He'll go make 4 back off red, and blue will be hiding in its own hoop, which makes the leave straightforward. And I have to thank Doug Grimsley for the first posthumous peel we've gotten on video, to add to the first Aspinall peel we got on video when he did it at the NCC, I think at the Nationals a year or two ago. Searching for uses for a posthumous peel in AC, I called Stuart Lawrence, and he came up with a couple of scenarios I barely understood. Maybe trying to avoid giving a lift by peeling partner through 4 back, or making it easier to join up on the south boundary after you do a posthumous peel at rover. In both cases, of course, the break is dead, which is my interpretation of why it's called a posthumous peel. So back to American rules. Putting the spent ball red at penult is one way to make it easier to avoid getting last dead on partner at the end of this lead. But he's going to have to go to some lengths to retrieve blue, so that may not be feasible. And in terms of the lead, Stuart cleared yellow before Doug started this break, and then you heard him clear red after he made 1 back with black. So red and yellow are both clean.
I hit the hoop and I didn't look after that. You mean to hit a ball, but
Timeout.
Where's your clock?
On the.
I think it's at the bottom of the pole.
32 minutes.
I'm going to take a timeout, but I'm also going to fix the hole while I'm at it.
Okay. Need a tool?
Yeah, if you got it.
Stu, do you want your clock sound too?
That was going.
Is that our clock? Yeah, you're playing. Check.
Doug, Stuart has the clock.
I need to ask Doug what he thinks about doing a big, thick takeoff here, kicking red over to 4 back while he goes to blue. That would have made it easier not to get last dead on partner and to place the balls as well. This retrieves blue. He'll have to come back to get red, and he's lucky it got clear of the hoop or it would have been a problem.
Hey, Ron, let me snap this. That's me to private.
Did you go, Ryan? Did Red go?
Up here? Yeah. 14.
And this disposes of the danger ball yellow adequately. So he's going to get it done, but this is the shot that places red. And then he gets one shot on blue to place it and get clean. So he's going to be last dead on partner. This is called the unhittable lead because it's designed to give yellow, the danger ball, a very long shot on a ball that's on the boundary so that if he knocks it out, he's done. Let's see how close he comes. And yellow's clean, so he doesn't have to worry about which ball he gives it the shot on close to the boundary. So his last out on partner, Stuart had already cleaned red. And here we go.
Time out. Time out.
13-18. Oh, I didn't call time.
Where we got?
You started?
13-18.
Now, that's frickin'. No, this court is just good. Had some bad strategy.
Now, time out. Shot clock.
In AC, I wouldn't do this because if he rushes black into the peg, his turn is over. But in this game, if he rushes black into the peg, he puts blue 9 inches from the peg and he has 2 shots to make it. So Doug Grimsley is going to beat Stuart Lawrence 26-3 in a first life bracket to make it directly into the semifinals. Stuart gets a bye into the final of the second life bracket where he plays Sharif Abdul-Wahab for the right to get into the semifinals, and that's coming up next. So give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thanks again for the sponsorship of the USCA, Chris Barley and Stuart Price. We got 5 more games to come from the U.S. Nationals 2022 at Mission Hills.